We're really happy that we're back with you for the Asia Motorsports Hour. This week we look forward and back to the fortunes of Boonchu Honda, reliving the most epic race involving the team. And Steve Martin helps us look ahead to the next rounds of Thailand's BRIC Championships. Plus, we've got a quiz to involve you within with some modest prizes. More of that as we go through the show. But let's start with an in focus on the most successful team in Asia Road Racing Championship history. For 5 seasons from 2012 through 2016, Boonchu Honda were the team of the Asian Road Racing Championship. The Malaysian-based Honda team won 27 of 60 races competed in those 5 seasons.
Zakwan Zaidi will not mess up here. He takes the right line into corner number 12 and will accelerate away to a fabulous finish. Zakwan from Aslan Shah, from Takahashi in 3rd, and Koyama, who got ahead of West, finishes 4th. Anucha 5th. Where's Anthony West? There's the question. But the celebrations in the Honda camp for Zakwan Zaidi. What a battle.
Sebenarnya waktu tahun pertama dan tahun kedua 2014 2015 masa tu agak lebih mencabar ataupun lebih emosional sebab pertama kali kalau ikutkan tahun kedua kita join Asia Road Racing dalam kategori 600cc dan tahun kedua kita dah ambil champion melalui Ryuichi Kiwanari, tahun kedua dengan Aslan Shah. Okay. Bila masuk tahun ketiga, keempat dan kelima tu dia punya perasaan tu lebih mencabar, lebih gemuruh dan lebih susah lah sebab macam mana kita nak teruskan performance, macam mana kita nak kekalkan kejuaraan tu ataupun tahta 100cc tu.
Kiwanari, Kamruzaman, Takahashi, Zakwan Zaidi sharing 5 consecutive Supersport 600cc titles for Boonchu Honda, and they were close to making it 6 in a row, only to lose the title in the last race of the last round of the 2017 season.
There is Apiwat winning it. There is West coming through 2nd. Aslan Shah Kamruzaman in 3rd place. Aslan Shah Kamruzaman, 16 points moves him on to 155 points. And Zakwan Zaidi's 7th place is 9 points, 153. Aslan Shah Kamruzaman has won the title by 2 points.
There then followed 2 seasons of frustration as a rebuilding job went on behind the scenes. Zulhelmi Ahmad is the current team manager of Boonchu Honda.
Rider kita iaitu Zakwan Zaidi ada mengalami beberapa kemalangan di semasa race. Kita pertaruhkan line up yang baru ataupun rider-rider yang muda. Waktu tu kita memerlukan jentera yang lebih kompetitif. Jadi dengan rider yang kurang pengalaman pada waktu itu sedikit sebanyak memberi impak kepada pasukan dan juga result kita lah.
From the 2020 season, there was a clear change in emphasis at Boonchu Honda. Management remained the same, but personnel riding the Honda changed. 2 22-year-olds from Kajang, Malaysia won the rides of the 600cc class of 2020. Helmi Azman, a graduate from the 2014 Asia Talent Cup, and Azroy Hakim Anwar.
Seperti yang kita tahu, dia merupakan juara keseluruhan bagi Underbone 150 ARRC itu di peringkat Asia, dan untuk peringkat national ataupun lokal dia Helmi Azman adalah salah satu rider, salah satu pelumba dari kita punya Boonchu Honda punya satellite team. So kita mengambil langkah untuk memberi peluang kepada Helmi Azman untuk sertai pasukan kita dalam Boonchu Honda Racing Team. Untuk Azroy, kalau diikutkan dari awal pembabitan Azroy juga bermula dari Honda One Mid Race itu sendiri. Jadi base pada performance, keputusan yang ditunjukkan ataupun bakat yang ditunjukkan oleh Azroy, so kita mengambil langkah untuk memberi peluang kepada pelumba-pelumba baru seawal yang boleh supaya kita dapat melakukan pelan jangka masa yang lebih panjang untuk ke peringkat yang lebih tinggi.
And the new pairing paid off immediately.
Azroy Hakim currently in P1. Can he hold it on? Azroy Hakim, it's on the line. Azroy Hakim takes it to Boonchu Honda ahead of Afi Famran. Ibrahim Noradin picks up a podium. Helmi Asman in P4. Fabulous.
And Boonchu's re-emergence wasn't restricted to their traditional Supersport 600. The decision was made to compete in the Asia Production 250cc class as well, with youngsters at the helm.
Kita buat perancangan pada penghujung 2019, di mana pada tahun 2020 kita akan mengambil bahagian dalam kelas kategori AP250 di kejuaraan ARRC, Asia Road Racing. Dan pada tahun 2020 juga adalah tahun di mana CBR 250 RR dilancarkan di pasaran Malaysia. Secara tak langsung dapat memberi gambaran ataupun menunjukkan berapa potensinya motor CBR 250 itu untuk pasaran luar.
Izam Iqmal first showed his new employers of his potential at the Idemetu Asia Talent Cup. Though it was 17-year-old Idlan Hakimi's introduction to the team that produced the most spectacular result as he won his debut race at the 250 class at Sepang.
Radwan, who leads, has Ayoshi got anything? Idlan holds a tight line. Idlan leads. Idlan Hakimi on the Boonchu Honda. Idlan tries to hold on. Ayoshi makes a run. Idlan looks behind, and Idlan is able to hold on by a miracle. No, Ayoshi has taken it by 0.008. Ayoshi has taken the victory by a wheel length.
Let's wait on that one. Let's wait on that one, because that has got to be a photo finish.
I'm just being told through my headphones is that Idlan Hakimi Radwan, the teenager on debut in tears, has won it.
Perasaan kita waktu itu bukan hanya saya dari 250 punya kelas ataupun 600 punya kelas, seluruh pasukan ataupun seluruh tenaga kerja Boonchu Honda Racing Team dan juga Boonchu Honda Management sangat berpuas hati, sangat boleh katakan terkejut jugalah. Penampilan pertama kita dapat memberi saingan.
And so, a Boonchu resurgence was on the cards until COVID-19 came on the scene. The public health emergency scuttling any hopes of competitive racing after the first round of the ARRC Championship. Clearly, this was a difficulty for Boonchu to make plans for the team and for the riders.
Kesan pada COVID itu sendiri, kita tak dapat berlumba selama 17-18 bulan dan ini memberi kesan kepada kita punya progress rider development lah.
As motorsports has slowly but surely got back into running events, the riders have kept themselves busy. Azroy Hakim currently leads the restarted Malaysian Cup Series with 2 wins, 2 other podiums and a 4th place finish in the 6 rounds raced to date. So he's clearly back in the groove.
Untuk Azroy Hakim Anwar yang akan cuba untuk catat kemenangan yang pertamanya bagi musim 2021, tempat kedua pada perlumbaan di pusingan yang kedua di sekitar Sepang Selatan. Kemenangan mudah kali ini untuk Azroy Hakim Anwar.
Whereas Iqmal and Helmi in the same series haven't fared so well. It's been a tough time for the riders as they've spent a long time out of competitive racing.
Masa atas motor tu agak kurang. Masa training dengan motor tu terlalu kurang bagi mereka dan sekarang bila dah boleh berlumba dan bila dah boleh travel, so kita harap pelumba pun akan buat sebaik mungkin.
As for Boonchu, the short-term ARRC future depends on factors outside of their control. Although there is the Malaysia Superbike Championship to focus on, as that gets underway this coming weekend.
Kesemua rider kita akan mengambil bahagian pada minggu MSBK ni, hujung minggu ni. Jadi kita harap ini adalah waktu ni kita akan gunakan sebaik mungkin untuk latihan.
So racing is coming back, just as Boonchu Honda hoped to, and to relive those glory years from 2012 to 2016.
Untuk Boonchu Honda Racing Team itu sendiri, kita mengharapkan kita mampu untuk impian dan cita-cita kita lah. Juara 250, AP250, juara SSC 600, juara ASB 1000. Dan tahun-tahun berikutnya kita berharap mampu lahirkan lebih ramai pelumba dari Malaysia ataupun Asia untuk ke peringkat yang lebih tinggi.
So Boonchu Honda riders back on the motorbikes, which is a lovely segue to talk about action on the track. Ron Hogg, the promotions director from Two Wheels Motorsports, Motor Racing, joined us for an analysis of what's been going on the track. Capri, Ron, is back and thriving, and Terengganu looked to be a terrific circuit.
Yeah, it's a very fast circuit, very technical, and we hope the circuit can upgrade itself a little bit more, because from a safety point, that's the only issue that we're looking at. But it provides fantastic racing, as you've seen.
Just as an example of some of the fantastic racing, here is a last lap battle between Azroy Hakim in the 150cc, and he is going alongside Kazma Daniel. You don't want to miss this.
Kedudukan yang kita katakan dari tempat yang sesuai untuk dia meminta, kita dapat untuk mengikori, tapi bukan mudah untuk mengikori di belakang sekarang ini. Dan antara Azroy dan juga Kazma dan Kazma, Azroy berjaya lepas. Hanya sedikit sahaja Kazma berjaya menangi perlumbaan, lewaskan Azroy di tempat yang kedua dan Akid Aziz di tempat yang ketiga.
Okay, so I think it was a great race. I think Azroy and Kazma fighting it out. Pretty competitive, I would say. Akid was involved in the beginning as well, but for the championship, Azroy looks in a very good position at this moment, consistently being able to finish in the top positions to collect points. What Kazma did, I think, was brilliant, because he knew Azroy was very fast throughout the weekend. He was fastest, I think, in almost all the sessions, won race one on Saturday as well. So Kazma played a waiting game to analyze the opportunities, the weakness, where to strike, and he did it on the final lap, the second last lap, going into turn one, and from there it was his race to lose, and he did really well to reach the checkered flag just ahead of Azroy, who was coming back to him at the finishing line. So
that's the 150cc championship. Looked a terrific circuit, Terengganu. I was fascinated, though, Ron, to see the likes of Zakwan Zaidi getting a ride on the 125s. I know he started on Capri, but that surely must have been in his history. The guys are just desperate to get on a bike.
Yeah, I think any competition is better than nothing, and regardless of what bikes you're riding, with competition it just brings out the extra in you, and having not ridden for a good 15 months maybe or something of that sort competitively, that would have helped hone his competitiveness in him. And yeah, I think he did pretty well despite not riding for the longest time on Underbone. I'm pretty sure his riding style has changed completely, but being a very top rider, good rider, you know, he's proven himself that give him any bike and he will be there.
Not giving too much away, he didn't win.
Adib, tapi Bidang Samdan semakin hampir nampaknya. Bidang Samdan cuba untuk berikan cobaan kepada Adib. Bidang Samdan dan Adib untuk sampai ke dalam penamat. Adib sampai, Bidang Samdan tempat yang kedua. Ketiga sekali yang tengah 20 ber. Siapa sampai depan dahulu? Haris Farhan yang sampai ke tempat yang ketiga. Haris Farhan berjaya menaiki podium akhirnya ke tempat yang ketiga.
So with the 125 championship, even though with Zakwan's participation, it's not affected the top contenders of the class, and Adib being the most experienced rider, despite the fact that Shafiq is the defending champion, won both the races in Terengganu and now is in the pole position to win the championship for the year.
So that's the Malaysia scene. Now, I've not really seen much of what's coming up next. The One Prix Championship in Indonesia. Ron, briefly, this, I thought Capri was mayhem. This is even more so.
Well, One Prix is Indonesia's biggest national championship for the Underbone at this moment. So it's sort of the equivalent to what Malaysian Cup Prix is. It's got all the top riders taking part in that championship. It's very, very competitive. And I think entries are often, they have to do qualifying because of the grid of the size allowed on the track. And so it's very, very competitive. It's a good championship.
You want to see a competitive race? Have a look at this.
Posisi pertamanya kembali di lap-lap akhir dan inilah dia memasuki RR terakhir ataupun tikungan terakhir dari Sentul Karting International Circuit. Dan Rio Andrianto, Rio Andrianto sedikit body contact dan inilah dia terakhir dari Sentul International Circuit dan finish! Yes! Virus kembali berhasil dan inilah dia luar biasa semangat dan perjuangan dari Virus.
So fantastic win by Ferozi in the One Prix Championship, riding in the Asian Championship for Yamaha Indonesia. It's been one of the young up-and-coming rising stars of Indonesian racing in the last couple of years, having raced also in AP250 and now debuting in SS600. So congrats to him. It would give him a lot of confidence coming into the 600 class in Asia, having had that victory at the One Prix Championship.
Many thanks to Ron Hogg from Two Wheels Motor Racing. We're heading to a break in just a short while, but firstly we've got to tell you about an opportunity for you to win some prizes Asian Road Racing Championship merchandise. We've got 3 questions coming your way, and if you can go to our Facebook page, Asia Road Racing Championship Facebook page, get your answers correct and you've got the chance of winning that merchandise. First question. Boonchu Honda were the subject of today's In Focus. How many ARRC 600cc Supersport titles have Boonchu Honda won? Repeat, how many Asian Road Racing Championship Supersport 600 titles have the Boonchu Honda team won? And we celebrate one of them after the break as our classic race takes us to Doha and the greatest finale you can imagine for any championship.
For today's classic race, we head back to Qatar in December 2014. Under the lights of Lost Sail, the Kawasaki of Katsuaki Fujiwara leads the championship on 152 points. But behind him are lurking Yuki Ito's Yamaha on 149 and the Boonchu Honda of Zakwan Zadi on 145. A genuine classic will ensue.
So this is it. There is no more going back.
It comes to a thrilling finale. Supersport 600cc. And we are go. Inagaki is off to a good start, as is Ito. Ito gets off to a great start and Fujiwara tries to come round the outside and is blocked off, but it's Ito who leads into the first corner, and that's exactly the start that Yuki Ito wanted. Fujiwara is in 6th place. Looking at Zakwan and Zamri, they haven't made the best of starts, but it's Yuki Ito who's off the blocks extra quick. Yuki Ito with free track ahead of him is making all the right moves, and he's being a very aggressive competitor right from the start. It's a stretched field in the Supersport 600cc, the finale of the Petronas Asia Road Racing Championships. Terrific camera work as Yuki Ito strains every sinew, stretches every limb, and Zakwan Zaidi does his best to stay with him, does the Malaysian youngster.
Inagaki now coming in. Inagaki now a second behind Ito.
Just a slight little error of concentration from Zakwan Zaidi, and he's lost his position as well as his focus, and now Zakwan is under pressure from Zamri Barber, and that puts a whole different complexion on things. Zakwan was looking to put pressure on Ito, now the pressure is on Zakwan Zaidi. Inagaki will have a drive-through penalty because of a jump start.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I saw that just now. And that will be a good advantage for Zamri Barber and Zakwan Zaidi, I believe. That's bike number 18, Makoto Inagaki, jump start. So right through penalty for Inagaki.
Okay, so as we say, he's in second at the moment, but that ride-through penalty will cost him dearly. It was a matter of centimetres on the jump start. It's going to be a matter of, well, several places in the final analysis.
You need to go in, but he's not going in now.
We know that Inagaki has got to go through a ride-through penalty, so he will disappear from second place, and then what we're really going to have a look at is what kind of pressure the two Honda Malaysians are able to put on Yuki Ito as Inagaki goes away to take, oh no, he's not taking his ride-through, not yet.
At the moment now, it's Inagaki who's leading the race with Zakwan. He's currently fourth.
But the Inagaki show must end sooner rather than later. He has taken Zamri Barber. Zamri once again goes on the inside, a little slide, and Ito has a look on the inside. That's the corner that they're all looking at. Inagaki stays out there for one last lap. Zamri Barber second, Yuki Ito third. Zakwan has a little look. Now look at Yuki Ito. Ito goes past Zamri Barber. Zamri fights back, but Ito is looking to go on the outside, and Zamri holds it and slides, and Zakwan's in ahead of Ito.
Black flag, so Inagaki is out after this. He has to go out from the race right now, and because of a black flag, he did not go to the right penalty.
So confirmation that he's now playing a real spoiler, and it's not very professional for him to carry on like that, but he's still a part of the race, and what he's doing is Zakwan Zaidi has got to focus on Inagaki and has got to be really careful of Yuki Ito behind him. But Zamri is just poised, ready in currently fourth place. Ito goes on the inside. Ito into second place, effectively first, but second in the race. Zakwan, maybe distracted by Inagaki, is now in second. We have got 4.5 laps to go. So it's Yuki Ito who leads the way, the Japanese, under severe pressure, and Zamri Barber's overtaken Zakwan Zaidi. In the space of half a lap, Zakwan's world has gone upside down as Yuki Ito went past him and was given the free ride past Inagaki, and now Zakwan is in third place. Yuki Ito has not made a mistake since he went into the lead. His lines have been perfect, his work ethic been superb, and he's not buckled under any pressure. Zamri climbing all over the back of his bike. Zamri looks on the inside. Zamri goes through. Ito takes it back. Oh. Magnificent from Yuki Ito. So Yuki Ito leads, takes a sharp right, and Zamri again all over him. Zakwan, he's just got to hope there's a mistake in front of him now because he's not close enough. Zamri goes on the inside of Yuki Ito, and Zakwan takes the lead ahead of Zamri Barber, and Yuki Ito is blocked off by Zamri Barber, and Zakwan Zaidi takes the lead, and Yuki Ito is in third, and Zamri Barber is blocking him off, and he's showing his man the way home. Zakwan, he must focus, the youngster. Now Yuki Ito taken on the inside by Zamri Barber. Yuki goes on the inside of Zamri Barber. Can Zamri hold on? Here's Zakwan Zaidi leading the way in the sharp right-hander. Zamri still protecting his countryman, still protecting his teammate as Yuki Ito tries to find a way past.
And there you go. That is Zakwan Zaidi going to the finishing line. Zakwan first, It's Zamri second and Yuki Ito third.
The Supersports champion is Zakwan Zaidi. UK Ito furious. Here's how the title was won. At this stage, UK Ito is first. Zamri gets on the inside, closes the door, invites Zakwan through. Look at this, he closes the door, almost waves him through. Zakwan Zaidi takes the opportunity. UK Ito is blocked off, and Zamri Barber has helped his teammate win the championship.
A stunning race to live long in the memory, as Zakwan Zaidi was crowned 600cc champion for 2014, which leads to question 2 in today's Idemitsu Inquisition. Zakwan was just one of the Boonchu Honda Supersport 600cc champions. Can you name the other 3? And coming up after the break, we look forwards to events around the region, including a peek at the form of another former ARRC champion, Ratapong Willarot. Thailand's BRIC Championship is in focus after this break. A very warm welcome back to the Asia Motorsports Hour. We are going to return to the Idemitsu Inquest today. Delighted that we are joined once again by former World Endurance Champion Steve Martin down in chilly Victoria in Australia. Steve, welcome back to the show. First questions, what's going on with the Australian motorbike situation? We were hoping that we'd be seeing some racing in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, absolutely, Des. It's fantastic to be back on the show, I tell you. And, well, you know, there's not much happening down here at the moment still with this COVID. But the good news is that the Australian Superbike Championship is looking like it's going to kick back off. We're hoping to get around in November at Thailand Bend. Unfortunately, without the Asia Road Racing Championship, but the Australian guys will hopefully be there in November. It'd be good to get that underway. That'll be our 4th round of the championship that we've held this year. And then we're hoping to wind it all up in December at Phillip Island. Of course, everyone's seen that beautiful circuit down there. It is one of the meccas of motorsport in the world. So really looking forward to getting back into it, because there certainly has been a lack of motorsport down here in Australia.
However, there has been a full round of motorsport taking place in Japan. The All Japan Championship has reached its end. And I just wanted to focus on one man in particular. Nakasuga, former teammate of yours, won every single race in the season. Factory bike, yes. Advantages, yes, but 11 out of 11, Steve. Before we get your comment, let's just get the highlights of Nakasuga's season.
Well, I mean, that speaks for it all, Des. It was just incredible. What a year. I mean, I don't recall anybody. You can look at Marc Marquez as an example. He's had some great years, but nobody has won every single race in this season. There's always been either a wet race or a mechanical failure or a bad start, or even, the last race of the year where you don't have to go for that win, but you do. Well, Nagasuka's always been one of those riders that's just always put it on the limit. And even though at this stage in his career, he's not a young spring chicken anymore, he still has that incredible urge and will to win. I mean, yeah, sure, the bike's a factory bike, but the team really put it on the line, and Nagasuka, wow, I mean, he really deserves that. It was just an incredible year for him in the All Japan Championship.
Get a bit windy down where you are, I can tell, Steve. Talk to me about that. You mentioned that you've never come across somebody winning 11 out of 11. What's the mentality like? What race after race, even when he's won the title, he's going out, and he won this last round at Autopolis by a good 15 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really hard, like all sports. If you look at, let's take running or cycling as an example, most people start off good, but not at their peak, and then they peak at the right time of the year where they take enough wins to win the championship. It's very rare. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen it where a person is at their peak for the whole length of the year. And that's what Nagasuka did. He literally was at the top of his game. He would have been training hard. It's mentally tough to do that as well. Go a whole year without taking a break, especially with the tough period that we're all going through with COVID as well. So it really just goes to show how much he wanted it. And he's not just there making up the numbers, and he wasn't there to just win the championship. He was there to obliterate everybody, and that's what he did. He really, I mean, I've never seen anything like it in the world. I mentioned Marc Marquez before. If I think back to early 1983, Freddie Spencer, I think it was, on the Honda back then, was another guy that dominated a couple of classes throughout the year, but nobody that I can think of has won like he's won the whole year.
A much tighter competition is going on in the Thailand BRIC Championships, which all take place at Buriram. There's three big categories there. There's 1,000 Superbikes, 1,000 Superstocks. Our focus, though, is firstly going to be on the 600cc Supersports. Here's the best of the action from the last round.
โอ้คุณมีข้อมูลแน่นนะครับคุณณชระ
ผมได้มาจากพี่นะเนี่ยครับ
รุ่นนี้ครับที่เรากำลังจะถ่ายทอดนอกจากจะรับชมผ่านทางสตรีมมิ่ง Facebook Fanpage ของช้างเซอร์กิตนะครับผมแล้วก็ใน Channel YouTube ของ BRIC ครับดับลงครับออกสตาร์ทครับตอนนี้นี่คือการแข่งขันในรุ่น Super Sport 600cc SS1 และ SS2 ครับเจ้าของโพลเป็นไงครับตู้ยังคงได้อยู่ครับสำหรับเจ้าโฟนนะครับมีแชมป์แล้วก็มีพี่ซุปครับโค้ง4ยังไงครับโค้ง4มาตรงนี้ในรุ่นนี้ช่างภาพจะหามุมที่แบบเขาเรียงกันทางตรงขึ้นมาโค้ง4ครับตอนถึงโอ้โหนี่ปีนเป็ดเราก็จะเสียบในครับนี่ครับมันต้องอย่างนี้ครับแล้วก็ได้ไหมโค้งซ้ายต่อเนื่องได้แล้วครับเอาแล้วครับมาแล้วครับรัตนพงศ์วิไลโรจน์ครับขึ้นมาที่โค้ง5สุดท้ายมุกดาสารพืชยังไงครับ
ไม่ทันไหม
ถ้าไม่ทัน
จะ
เป็นของและก็เจ้าของวินาโพเดียมครับเป็นของโฟร์รัตนพงศ์วิไลโรจน์จากยามาฮ่าไทยแลนด์เรซซิ่งทีมครับอันดับ2เป็นมุกดาสารพืชจาก Honda Racing Thailand ครับพาสวิทย์นิติวรารักษ์อันดับที่3นะครับสิทธิศักดิ์อ่อนเฉวียงครับอันดับที่4ครับอันดับ5คณทัศน์ใจมั่นครับ
I mean, that was an incredible weekend of 600 racing down there at Buriram. I mean, those guys, they're names that we all know. They're experienced. I mean, of course, Ratapong Willarot, how much experience has he had in the 600 before, winning the Asia Road Racing Championship, and then moving into the 1,000cc Superbike class the last time we ran. Back on the 600 now, and it really does seem to suit his style, that 600, which is why he's got the slim points lead over the other two protagonists, McLarder and Passelwit. But boy, McLarder, she's always just got that something special, hasn't she? She's certainly not taking long to get used to this 600 machine. And I'll tell you what, she really is going to be one to watch. It seems to be for her that whatever she puts her mind to, she's not scared and she gives it 110%. So I reckon that Ratapong Willarot better just be a little bit careful there, because there's a couple of hungry Hondas along with Passelwit there as well that, are right on his tail.
They rather enjoy the big bikes at Boiram because there's two 1000cc categories, the super stock, but our focus is going to be on to the super bikes, and there have been some super races already in the 2 rounds. Here's the best of the action.
ก็ไม่สามารถเข้ามาในแท็กชมการแข่งขันได้นะครับเนี่ยครับเราจะเห็นปานกนะครับสิ่งที่เห็นเป็นประจำนะครับแล้วก็ติงโนตก็ปลอดภัยมาโดยตลอดนะครับ2ดูตรงนี้ครับทีนี้บอกว่าโรกรในตำแหน่งโคเป็นเองครับปัดมาตรงนี้ยังคงได้อยู่นะครับอันดับที่1ครับโหช็อตของติงโนตครับใช่ครับมาแล้วครับผมอย่าปล่อยให้หนีโดยเด็ดขาดท่านโอ้ยยังอยู่ในแท็กลิมิตอยู่นะครับ
โอ้โหเขาคืออย่างนี้ได้เห็นหลายครั้งในเรื่องของเกินมาแทร็กลิมิตแต่เมื่อกี้ทีมโฮมคือไม่แซงแล้ว
ลองดูยังไงดียกร้อยอีกแล้วครับยกน้อยกว่าเดิมรอบนี้
เหมือนผมไหมเวลาผมจะอยู่นี่เลยถ่ายรูป
เหมือนคุณนี่แหละครับ
Well, I mean, you know, we talk about the domination that Nagasuka had in the All Japan Championship. Well, Titipong and that Kawasaki, I mean, they've been a pairing for a long time now. And that team with the Fujiwara at the head is got a lot of experience. So I guess the other guys, Apiwat and Anupab, you know, they've got to fight if they want to be able to beat him. These other guys are really going to have to bring it to the party if they want to do it. The Yamaha, we know it's a good bike. In fact, as far as all of the models, it's the perfect year to run a stock class because every single model out there is competitive now. It's just who can bring it to the table on the day.
Talking about Anupab, we've seen him ride really well at 250. What is the difference? Is it just a physical difference when you go onto the Superstock, the big 1000cc's? What does a rider have to do to compensate?
It's like walking off of the curb on the side of a road and jumping off a cliff. They're that different. And I'll tell you what, when you get a Superbike wrong, you can go flying. So for Anupab, you know, the 250 is the sort of machine that you wring its neck and you basically hold the throttle flat the whole way around the track. And if you back off, you lose. Whereas a Superbike, you've got to concentrate a lot more on the throttle control. There's also a lot more traction settings and engine braking settings to play with. So they're a lot more complicated machine. The tires are a lot more complex. On a 250 machine, basically you get your tires, there's your tires and you run them. But with the Superbike class, obviously, you know, there's different compounds that they can play with as well. So, you know, it's a massive, massive learning curve for him. So expect a guy like Anupab to continue learning and improving as the year goes on and, you know, into the future. I really look forward to seeing what he can do because on that 250 machine, he was really brave. And I think that, you know, if he can get it all together on the 1000, it's, you know, it's going to be good for him and good for the series.
Big thanks to Steve Martin and to Ron Hogg earlier on in the show. And that is our comeback show. But before we go, a quick reminder of the quiz questions that we've got and the chance for you to win some merchandise. First question, Boonchu Honda were the subject of today's In Focus. How many ARRC 600cc Supersport titles have the Boonchu Honda team won? Repeat, how many 600 Supersport titles have Boonchu Honda won? And question number 2, our classic race featured Zakwan Zaidi. He was just one of 4 Boonchu Honda Supersport 600cc champions. Can you name the other 3? Zakwan Zaidi plus 3. Log on to Asian Road Racing Championships Facebook page for your chance to win merchandise. Next week, we find out if Girl Power can win the day at the Thai or BRIC Championships Round 3.